Her voice, sharp as a whip, cut through the joyous din of the party. Leo, my son, stood frozen, the 11 candles on his cake flickering a cruel counterpoint to the scene. The faces of his classmates, once bright with anticipation, blurred into a tableau of confused pity and uncomfortable laughter. His small hands trembled, visibly. Alara smiled, a predatory satisfaction curving her lips as if she'd just achieved a monumental victory. Then came Harold, Alara's father, a half-empty wine glass sloshing in his hand, a man who had never once missed an opportunity to diminish anything he perceived as weaker than himself. "The boy has no backbone," Harold grunted, his voice thick with disdain. A real disappointment. My fists clenched, words burning on my tongue. I took a step forward. But then, Leo raised a small, steady hand. "Dad, wait," he murmured, his voice, though soft, carrying an unexpected steadiness. "I've got a special speech for Alara." I froze. So did Alara, her smirk faltering. He turned fully to face her, his young eyes dark, focused with an unnerving intensity. "I just want to say thank you, Alara," he began, his voice clear, "for teaching me what poison truly looks like," cloaked in a smile. Alara blinked once, then twice, a flicker of something unreadable crossing her face. Then, her wine glass slipped from her fingers, shattering on the polished floor as she collapsed. A wave of gasps and startled cries swept through the room. Harold's face drained of color, his jaw slack. The festive chaos of the room seemed to spin, but I stood rooted and it had begun subtly, like a slow poison. A raised eyebrow, almost imperceptible, when he left a bite on his plate. A sharp, public correction when a word caught in his throat. Backhanded praise, delivered with a saccharine smile that tasted like bitter vinegar. "Boys shouldn't cry. You're weak, just like your father. Grow a spine, or you'll amount to nothing." For too long, I had excused it away. Stress, her difficult upbringing, Harold's overbearing influence. But then, one quiet afternoon, I walked past his half-open door and saw him, small and fragile, whispering to his own reflection in the mirror, "I'm not nothing. I'm not nothing." That day, my excuses crumbled. Alara wasn't sculpting strength. She was systematically, meticulously, breaking him down, carefully, quietly, often devastatingly in front of others. And every time I dared to intervene, she spun it, effortlessly deflecting. "You're too sensitive. Boys need discipline. Don't undermine me." No bruises, no physical marks, just emotional incisions too deep to ever truly bleed outwardly. I began documenting everything, the precise times, the exact words, his reactions. Her patterns became horrifyingly clear, her corrections always escalated in front of an audience. She didn't just need to hurt him, she needed witnesses to validate her cruelty. In secret, I met with a therapist, meticulously detailing the symptoms. Emotional gaslighting, targeted humiliation, insidious manipulative parenting. He listened, then confirmed my deepest fear. "This," he said, his voice grave, "is abuse." I set up a hidden camera. Not in Leo's room, that felt wrong, but in the kitchen. Then came the digital file, the real breakthrough, from her old phone she'd carelessly left in the laundry. Texts. Messages. "Sometimes I wish he'd just disappear. He's not even mine." "Not really. He's more like you than me." I read those words twice, then a third time, each pass twisting the knife. She hadn't just resented Leo, she'd resented him because he was my son, a reflection of me. Her disappointment wasn't about him, not truly. It was about everything she couldn't control, everything that wasn't hers. The night before the party, Leo crept into my room. He said his stomach hurt, that he didn't want to speak at all. I almost told him to feign illness, to hide from her. Instead, I handed him a small, unmarked flash drive. "Tuck this into the back of the party speaker when it's your turn to speak," I instructed. He stared at me, eyes wide. "What's on it?" "The truth," I replied. He simply nodded, no more questions needed. When Alara collapsed, the guests initially assumed it was nerves, or perhaps the sheer drama of the moment. They didn't know what had truly hit her. The audio had already played. A soft, insidious whisper, Alara's voice, saying, "You make me sick." Another, to an unseen recipient, "I wish I'd left both of them." Harold heard it all. His usually stern face crumbled like wet plaster, disbelief warring with dawning horror. The entire crowd watched in stunned, uncomfortable silence. And Leo, my son, simply stood there, unmoving, finally free. Ilara slowly recovered in a chair near the cake table, a cold rag pressed to her forehead. Her eyes darted, wild and desperate, like cornered prey. I knelt beside her, holding my phone aloft, pressing play once more. That same voice, dripping with the same calculated cruelty. Her eyes, usually so dismissive, filled with something unfamiliar, unmistakable. Fear. "You think this ends here at a child's birthday party?" I said quietly, my voice a low rumble. "No, Ilara. This is precisely where it begins." She reached a trembling hand for my arm. "Please," she whispered, "you don't understand." "I understand everything now," I countered, pulling away. "You didn't break him, Ilara. You inadvertently taught him how to stand." I stood, and beside me, Leo stood even taller. We left her there, amidst the ruins of a birthday party, the sugary frosting, the deflated balloons, and a room full of eyes that would forever echo with her cruelty. The custody battle was remarkably short. The recordings were undeniable, admissible. The text messages, damning. The therapist's detailed report, irrefutable. Harold attempted to intervene once, blustering about family honor. He walked away in stunned silence when I handed him a flash drive containing his own voice, shaming a child as if it were a cherished family tradition. Leo sleeps soundly now, speaks with a newfound confidence. He hasn't once asked about Ilara. I never said goodbye. She doesn't deserve closure. She deserves only the deafening silence she once inflicted. Some truths are best delivered quietly. Some victories, wrapped in the unexpected paper of a birthday. Thank you for watching this story. If it resonated with you or sparked a thought, please share your reflections in the comments below. A like helps us know these stories matter to you. And if you wish to hear more narratives that challenge, move, or inspire, be sure to subscribe to our channel.